Hi, I'm Chris Fernandez, an organizational development and change consultant with Mindful OD Practice. We depend on each other in the workplace to get the job done, and we call that interdependence. In this video, I'm going to talk about the different levels of interdependence in organization and the depth of collaboration that is needed to strengthen and sustain levels of interdependence. In the 1960s, a sociologist by the name of James Thompson did extensive work on interdependence, and he published a book in 1967, Organizations in Action. In there, he identified three types of interdependence: pooled interdependence, sequential, and reciprocal. I'm going to explain each of these and provide some examples. The first type of interdependence is pooled. In pooled interdependence, each member of a work group does their own work without interacting with others based on job instructions. When their work is complete, the work of each member is put together to create a product or a service. The amount of interaction among members is very low, and it's considered a low interdependent type. An example would be a gymnastic team, for example. In a gymnastic team, each member performs their routine and gets a score, and the sum of each member's score makes up the team score. So during routines, they do not interact. A second type of interdependence is sequential. And as you see in my picture, I've drawn arrows from one employee to another. The arrows imply interdependence. So the first member does his or her portion of the job and then hands it off to the second. The second does their piece, hands it off to the third, and so on. So here, it not only involves skill to do the job, they also have need skills for effective handoffs. An example from sports would be a relay race. In a relay race, each runner runs their leg of the race and then hands off the baton to the next runner, and so forth. So the race is made up of running a good race, but also making a good handoff. Because if the baton is dropped at the handoff, the team loses the race. Sequential interdependence requires a moderate level of collaboration skills. The third type of interdependence is reciprocal interdependence. Here, every member is open to interact with every other member based on need. This is very useful when custom products are made, when a pre-existing design does not exist, but members have the expertise to pull it together. A good example in sports for reciprocal interdependence would be a basketball team or a football team, as in soccer. In these two teams, the same members play offense and defense. They have expertise in their particular positions, but also know how to fill in for other positions if needed. They have to make adjustments based on what the other team, the opposing team, is doing. So it's highly interactive. They have to be very observant and have to be able to adjust on the fly in real time. In terms of skills, very high interdependency requires very high collaboration skills. I put this picture together to show that the whole organization does not need to have the same level of interdependence. Interdependence within the organization is based on need. So if you have an engineering organization dealing with custom products, they have the expertise to design what the customer wants and a lot of interaction. So they would be a reciprocal team. Whereas manufacturing, on the other end, needs to be sequential, maybe, because they have defined routines and handoffs. In the last job I had, the manufacturing organization used lean one-piece flow, which is a sequential, interdependent process. So here I put together a grid that shows interdependence alongside the level of collaboration that is needed. I show that pooled interdependence, which has low interaction, may need communication skills and not much more, whereas sequential interdependence may need communication and teaming skills, whereas reciprocal interdependence, because of their high interaction, needs much more than communication and teaming. They need complex problem-solving skills. They need decision-making in the midst of uncertainty, a framework to do that. And they need managing disagreements and conflict because they are highly interactive, highly expressive, and they need to be able to work out not just technical problems, but also the people side of things. Because without that skill, they will not be able to be highly interdependent. What are the 3 takeaways from this video? Number 1, that interdependence is here to stay. We depend on each other to get the work done. Number 2, the amount of collaboration skills we need in the workplace depends on how interdependent the group is. The higher the level of interdependence, the deeper the depth of collaboration skills that will be needed. And number 3, collaboration today will define the effectiveness of interdependence tomorrow. Because if we do not collaborate well today, it will hurt the interdependence work of team members. It will hurt performance, morale, and it will hurt organizational outcomes. I think I have delivered what I set up to do, to provide information on levels of interdependence and to offer suggestions on the depth of collaboration and the kind of training that will be needed to maintain and sustain high levels of interdependence. That is all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I do plan to put out more videos. I would appreciate your feedback and comments. It will help me make better videos. And on that note, goodbye for now.